Hey everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama. It's 5 Ways Wednesday, and today I'm going to be doing a video that is a little bit different. I feel like I'm always saying that now on 5 Ways Wednesday, but instead of taking 5 bags and packing them 5 different ways, or 1 bag packed 5 ways, or 5 different bags packed 1 way, today we're going to do kind of a tips and tricks and hacks video all about hacking your pool bag. Just yesterday I posted a photo on my Instagram that got a lot of attention because I showed you my pool bag, which is the Jujube Super Bee turned inside out, and a lot of you guys wanted to know why I'm packing it that way and what I put in what pockets and everything. So today I am going to be showing you that first. That's going to be hack number 1, is how I am packing my Camp Toki Super Bee by Jujube. So first I'm going to be showing you that Super Bee, and then I'm going to dive into 4 other hacks that I have found have been really helpful for me this summer. You guys have been asking for a pool bag packing video for a really long time, and I realized that now it's almost not summer anymore, but I didn't want to put out a video that I felt like I had just thrown together because I was just trying, just for the sake of making the video. And so now it's almost the end of summer, and I've spent the whole summer really nailing down the best hacks for making life at the pool easier. Now, we have a community pool, which is like we have to drive to get to it, which means we don't have the luxury of just popping inside the house and getting anything that we need. So I have to make sure that I have everything with me every time I leave for the pool. Otherwise, it is a headache trying to get the kids home, get what I need, and get back to the pool. So today I'm going to be showing you all the things that I've been doing this summer to make my pool days a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so this is how I had the Super Bee packed for my 6-hour trip to the pool yesterday. One of the things that you guys asked when I posted this picture on Instagram is why. So all summer long I've been using my ... Super Bee for the pool, and I love that bag. But when I took a look at the new Camp Toki Super Bee and some of the changes that have been made to it, I couldn't help but think that maybe this bag would be a little bit more useful turned inside out. So I'm going to show you kind of my theory on all that. And honestly, I was so happy with how this worked out. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is that this can still be zipped if you really are like dedicated to zipping it. You just have to zip it upside down, and you can still get to the zipper pull. But I don't really recommend that, just because it is kind of hard once you've got it all the way zipped up to get it unzipped. So it's not that you can't use it with the zipper when it's turned inside out, but to be honest, I use this bag more as like an open style bag anyway, so to me, that wasn't a big deal. With it inside out, you can still pick up the grab handles just like this, and it causes no problems. They're still in the perfect spot, and I just leave this trim folded down like this because I love the way the print looks popping out like that. So what I really like about the bag inside out is that now this leash is attached on the outside. So I was always able to toss the keys inside the bag if I wanted to keep them safe, but we trust our community pool, so I had just left these out. And then when it was time to go, I just tossed those on the top of the bag and then could pull them out really easily once we got to the car. But I'm gonna go ahead and take these off for now so that those don't keep jingling. The Super Bee, as you know, has mesh pockets that go on the inside of the bag when this is turned the right way in, but I couldn't help thinking if I had the mesh on the outside, I could put my sunscreen and my kids' swim diapers and wipes on the outside so that I could get to them really easily. If anyone else that's there with us at the pool needs to borrow a swim diaper, I can just say it's on the outside of my bag. No one has to go sort of like just searching around in my bag to find them. So what I had in these 2 mesh pockets is my Itsy Ritsy wipes case packed with wipes. On one side I had my son's swim diapers, and on the other side I had my daughter's swim diapers as well as our sunscreen. And I gotta say, I absolutely loved having these on the outside. Abby had went number 2 in the pool, and thankfully it didn't go in the pool because we were using swim diapers. But just to be able to grab that diaper and the wipes really fast and not go searching through my bag was a really big plus to me. So let's go ahead and talk about the outside of the bag on the other side. This was actually my favorite thing about this. If you recall, the old Super Bee, and I'll show you the inside in a minute, has 3 pockets on the outside. 2 insulated bottle pockets that go all the way down to the bottom, and then it had 1 middle zipper pocket here that only went about halfway. So I used that middle slip pocket there to put my key card for getting into the pool, and it was perfect. It was the right depth. I could get into it really quickly, and I wasn't like losing it down inside the bag. The new Super Bee, and in this print it's the same, has actually 3 insulated bottle pockets, which means I no longer had a little short pocket for putting quick grab things into. It's like 3 deep pockets that go all the way down to the bottom. So I thought, well, that's really not as convenient for me in terms of the things that I need to get to on the outside. So when I turn the bag inside out, now I have a really nice kind of short zipper pocket right here for the quick grab things. So what I had in here was a little replay spoon for my daughter. She still occasionally eats like pouches and things like that. I have a couple of straws just for kids having drinks. And then I also have my pool card down in there as well. And that turned out to be really great and convenient for me while we were at the pool. So that's everything on the outside of the bag. Now let's really quick get into the inside. Gonna tilt this over really fast so you can get sort of a view down in there. I had lots of things packed in there and it turned out so great for me. First thing that I had in here was a 12 little wet bag. This comes in the pouch trio. The old pouch trio came with an insulated snack bag. They have changed that now. This is the medium piece and it is a wet bag. And this was just packed with dry changes of clothes for my children to put on when it was time to leave. Next, I have my Mom Crap half wet bag by Itsy Ritsy. And in here I had, of course, all the things that are for me. This is where my phone went when I wasn't using it because this is PUL lined and waterproof, so I knew that my phone was safe in there. And in there I just had some hand sanitizer, some deodorant, a coin purse, and in here I had my cards and cash and a couple of hair ties for myself. And then the last thing in there was my phone charger. So I love using these wet bags for electronics because I know that they're safe and not going to get wet, even with wet children running all around. Next in here, I have a Jujube fuel cell. This was packed fully with dry snacks. It's mostly empty now because my children really got into it, but this was great for dry snacks while we were out. Next to that, I had a Jujube large Be Organized piece. This is in the Donatella Sweet Shop print, and this was just packed full of toys for my kids. Now, this is gonna blow your mind that this fit in there with all that other stuff, but this is my Brewmate growler. This holds 64 ounces of water, and this is what I was using to refill waters for myself and for my 2 kids. We were out for 6 hours yesterday, and right when it was time to leave, me and the kids wanted a little bit of water, and I opened this up for the last time, and that water was still ice cold. So I've been loving this thing for the pool. It is everything. In fact, I thought about doing this as the 5th hack for your bag, but since I've already talked about this in past videos, just know this is a fantastic, fantastic thing for poolside water fill-ups. I do have a 15% discount code that you can use. I will drop that link down in the description box if you want to use it on your first order with Brewmate. Now, the last thing I want to show you is really the main reason why I decided to turn this bag inside out. I'm going to flip it around. This is what I was talking about before, that the new Super Bees have 3 full bottle pockets that are on the outside when the bag is turned the right way. But I was just really thinking, with 3 bottle pockets, if they're on the inside, they're naturally going to stay a little bit colder, I think. You know, this bottle pocket is designed to keep them cold, but when you are in 90+ degree weather, these bottles are just working pretty hard at that point. So I thought having them on the inside, having less exposure to the elements was going to be a good thing. So in here, I actually have a water bottle for my daughter. This is the Pura stainless 9-ounce insulated bottle. I have my water bottle, which was the Big Bottle Co. This is the 500 milliliter Adventure Range bottle. It's also fully insulated. And then lastly, I had a 9-ounce insulated bottle for my son that has the Sport straw spout on it. And those went really, really well in here. They packed up so nicely. It was so nice to have them on the inside of the bag staying nice and cold. And to be honest, you guys, I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to packing the Super Bee the other way for the pool. I think it's just always going to be inside out from now on. So now that I've shown you that full hack, that could have been a packing video on its own. Let's go ahead and jump into my other 4 hacks for the pool. Okay, tip number 2 is using KangaCare wet bags for keeping your puddle jumpers, towels, and everything else together for each of your kids. I have 2 children, which means it's really important to stay organized and make sure I have everything for everybody. So at the Billy and Lily print launch from KangaCare, I did keep one of each color because I thought these were perfect for Roman and for Abby. At this time, I do still have a small number of Billy left, and I think we just found 1 more Lily that had been out of stock. So we've added that to the website as well. If you want to get either of those 2. This KangaCare wet bag is so hard for me to keep in stock at the Sensible Mama. It sells out in every color every time I restock it, and I try to stay on top of it and keep it restocked, but right now our stock is low. I do have a new order on its way to me, so hopefully by the time some of you are seeing this video, they'll be back in stock. But this is the most versatile, most wonderful wet bag if you're looking for a really, really big wet bag, especially for the pool. So here's how I have been using these. Again, this one is Abby's. I bring these with me and I just attach these to our Keen's wagon, which I've been loving for the pool. In here for Abby, I have her infant vest. I got this at Target, and if I can find the link, I'll link it down below. It actually has a piece that comes up over her head, like it sits behind her head, and it flips her over. So if she falls face first, it flips her over onto her back and she just floats. It's an amazing piece of design. So I'll link that down below if I can find the link. Then for her, I also have a blanket. This is a Lulu Lollipop print called Unicorn Garden, and this is just for in case she wants to take a nap while we're at the pool. And then down in the bottom, I have a towel for her. And honestly, once we get to the pool, I take all of this stuff out, and then this becomes a little wet bag for putting her clothes in once I change her out of her clothes. And then when we're ready to leave, we put her wet bathing suit in here, we put her wet puddle jumper and wet towel and everything in here, and then I'm able to take this home and just throw everything right into the washing machine. The same goes for this one. This is Roman's wet bag, and again, it's packed exactly the same. I have got his puddle jumper, which I got from Target. This one I love. I don't see many people with this kind of puddle jumper because his actually has a vest that goes over his shoulders and goes around his arms. We have loved this thing. I feel so safe with him in it. So again, I'll look for the link on the Target website and see if I can find it. And then I have the same thing in here as I had for Abby. I have a copper pearl blanket for him, and then his towel down in the bottom. And like I said, since these are machine washable, I come home, I just bring these right inside the house with me, take everything out of the wet bags, toss the wet bags and all the stuff into the wash, and we're good to go. Okay, I have had this all summer long, and I've been waiting to make this video to show you this because it is truly my favorite thing that I own for the pool. I do not have it at the Sensible Mama, but I did get it on Amazon, so I will link that down in the description box. And you guys, this thing has been a lifesaver this summer. This is a cooler, but it has lots of really cool features that I don't think you find in a lot of coolers. You can go out and buy those Yeti coolers that are crazy expensive, and I'm sure they're worth it. They look amazing, but I was not ready to spend that much money on a cooler. So I found this on Amazon. It was very affordable, and I just think it does everything you need it to do. First of all, you've got lots of mesh pockets on the outside all the way around it. So I don't have anything in there right now, but this is a great place for tucking little snacks or silverware. Sometimes I'll tuck replay silverware down in there like that. Or I can stick our Go Silly reusable straws in there because we're just always finding need for straws while we're out and about. But those are just great, nice little slip pockets for putting things that you want to grab for quickly. You have this top pouch here, which is so useful. I usually put dry snacks in here, just little things that people are grabbing for a lot. It's very shallow. Let me show you. It only goes about that far. But this is a great place for putting little bags of chips, or I've got some of my pistachios in there. And they just kind of like pack lightly down in there. And if you have these little bags, you can actually fit a ton of them. Just really quick grab. The kids always know to get in here to find the tasty little treats that they like. And then we also have a pocket up here for things like silverware, again, anything else that people might be grabbing for while we're out eating. The coolest part to me is definitely this front pocket, and let me show you why. This opens up nice and wide, and this actually comes with 3 containers. I think I only have 2 here. One of them must have gotten out yesterday. But 3 little containers for packing snacks. So usually we like to have one that has sandwiches in it, another one that has some kind of like savory treat, and then the third one usually has fruit. And since the bag also comes with 2 of these coolers, you can keep everything kind of cool in here. And so it ends up being really great if we're planning on eating a big meal while we are there at the pool. Would you like this to be centered? Sorry about that. But if you're not planning on eating, if you're not bringing, a whole bunch of food with you, this is also the perfect height for bringing along some little bottles, like juice bottles like this. This one is a little bit too tall, but you could lay it flat. And of course, it'll fit Coke cans, beer cans, or even some of the shorter soda bottles like this one. So you can actually pack this whole thing in. We don't drink a lot of soda, but we do have a lot of beer here, so let me show you how many we can fit in there. And listen, I'm not trying to be a bad influence here. We drink responsibly, and only when there are several adults at a time at the pool to watch the children. So to each his own. This could just as well be soda if you're not a beer drinker. But look at this, you can fit 6 cans in there and it still zips up. So it's just been an awesome, awesome, awesome little thing. You can still fit your ice packs in there to keep everything cold. So it's fabulous. And then lastly, on the other side of this bag, you have this nifty little opening right here. If you have the whole back portion packed with food, this is a great place where you can put drinks for yourself. So I have one beer in here just sitting out. This is insulated, so it actually does keep it cold. And then I have a second beer in my Brewmate Hopsulator Trio. This is what, it's like a koozie, it keeps it nice and cold. So I keep those in there as well. You can put Cokes in here, juice, anything that you want. This is just how we happened to be enjoying the pool yesterday, so I thought I'd show you. This thing does come with a really nice strap. This fits over the handle of my Keens, so I don't even have to try to carry it over my shoulder, and it has just been a lifesaver this summer, especially with taking the kids to the pool and packing all the food and water and drinks that we need. It really never fails that we end up being ill-prepared in one area, and that is when it comes to eating. I just feel like me and all my friends get there and Domino's Pizza delivers to our pool, so like we'll order a pizza or something and then we realize we don't have really any utensils, we don't have any place for the kids to eat. Of course, they don't bring plates or anything like that. So this has been something that I enjoy carrying when I know that we're gonna like order food at the pool. This is a Planet-Wise small wet bag, and it's really the perfect size for keeping just the general things that you need for feeding children. Everything that's in this bag is stuff that we carry at the Sensible Mama, so I'll link it all down below. Some of this stuff I've shown you already, but I do have Go Silly reusable straws in there because, like I said, adults and children find themselves needing straws. I also like to just throw a big collection and assortment of replay utensils in there for the children. I have an infant spoon for my daughter. I have a Jujube Be Neat in here, and look at this, guys. I destashed all of my Toki from old releases, but I could not part with this Tokidoki Dreams Be Neat. So I have that in there for my daughter because she wears a one-piece bathing suit and I don't want her to get food all over her swimsuit because then it'd be so rude for her to get back in the pool covered in pizza sauce. And the last thing that I have in here, and often I bring a couple of these, this is the Go Silly reusable placemat. We love this thing because it does a pretty good job sticking to surfaces. As you can see, this is the first time it's been opened up since it's been washed, so it's kind of sticking to itself. But this is the Go Silly reusable placemat. It sticks pretty nicely to surfaces. It's not going to be like a easy peasy mat that actually suctions to the table, but it does create some friction, so it is a little bit harder for your kids to move it. It creates a nice, just sterile environment for your kids to eat off of. And actually, if you have little, I guess they're like erasable markers or whatever, you can color on this and it washes right off. And my favorite thing about this one compared to other ones that I've carried in the past is that it folds over perfectly. Just like this, to go right back into that small wet bag that I showed a second ago, and it's just perfect for poolside. The last hack that I want to show you is something that you guys will be familiar with if you've been watching my packing videos for a little while, but just in case you're new to my channel and you haven't seen this potty training hack, I want to go ahead and show it because this is something that we always bring with us to the pool because I do have a son who is fully potty trained now, which means we do have to go to the bathroom, and even the cleanest pool bathrooms are gross to me. And I'm not a germaphobe, but I really, really struggle in pool bathrooms. So I really try to get in and out of there as quickly as possible with my toddler, and this is the little bag that I bring with me to make it go as quickly as it can. So one of the first things that I have in there is some wet ones. This is just kind of for like cleaning up before or after. I don't know. You never know what kind of messes you're going to find in there. So I like having a pack of wet ones. I also have my son's foldable potty seat in there because I do not want him sitting on those potties. I don't want him sitting on any potty, but especially the pool potties, they just bother me. So this is his foldable potty seat. I can sit this right on top of the potty and it fits his little bum so that he can go potty safely. And that's also another reason why I have these wet ones, to kind of clean this off once he's all done. And that folds right up and goes right back into this pouch. Again, this is the 12 little diapering the 12 little diapering pouch that we have at the Sensible Mama. Next, I have a couple of these potty seat covers. My son still tends to like put his hands on the potty even when he's got the potty seat on it, and it irks me. So these just go right over the potty. Like you put this over the actual toilet and then you put the potty seat over it. All this stuff related to pottying is on Amazon. I don't have these at the Sensible Mama, so I will link those down below. I also have some gloves, just because like I said, you never know what you're gonna encounter in there. And then the last thing that I have is this really, really cute Kanga Care travel buddy. This is one thing that we do carry at the Sensible Mama. You can put lots of things in here like soap, shampoo, conditioner, sunscreen, but what I have in here is hand sanitizer because, like I said, I'm trying to get out of there as fast as possible. I don't always want him to wash his hands because sometimes that whole area can be a mess too, so we just like to use hand sanitizer on our way out. All right, everyone, that is it for this week's 5 Ways Wednesday. I hope you found it helpful and that it gave you some good ideas for how to pack your pool bag for what's left of this summer, hopefully for next summer as well. Anyway, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I will try my best to get to those in a timely manner. I am working on it. I know that I just am so bad at answering comments on YouTube. I'm sorry. I am working on it. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram if you're not already. I do lots of additional hacks and just packing ideas that I don't make full YouTube videos for. So it's a great place to get ideas for packing and see what's new at the store and just what's going on in the diaper bag mommy world. So come give us a follow. I'd love to have you following me there as well. Love ya, mean it, always, mwah, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.